wish to appeal to the FCT residents to assist us either by providing credible information that will defeat crime.
One Chance presents a situation where unsuspecting passengers are lured into commercial vehicles whose occupants are armed robbers. And in this situation, the victims are attacked and stripped of their valuables, hard-earned valuables. The notorious act seemed to be defying security solution in the FCT, as the case has been in the last couple of months. What is the police doing to address this menace that has become threat to the lives and property of FCT residents? This morning, our focus will be on the recurrent threat of One Chance to the security of the Federal Capital Territory, the nation's capital of Nigeria. Good morning, and thank you for joining us on your regular security check program called The Police, live on the Unity Station, NTA Channel 5 Abuja. My name is Onotu Yakubu, your anchor on the program this morning. The program returns shortly after this break. Thanks for staying tuned, and if you are just joining us, this is called The Police, live on the Unity Station, NTA Channel 5 Abuja. Before we go into the studio discussion proper, let's take this background report to highlight the situation with One Chance and the FCT has been packaged by yours truly. The report.
Before now, their operations were majorly restricted around the expressways of Nyanya Ewaye Kubwa-Zuba or the airport road axis. But recently, the new trend to the activities of suspected daredevil syndicates of One Chance leaves much to be desired for FCT residents. The city center is no longer safe as they come in at will to ferry unsuspecting victims, decoying as taxis.
One girl came to this park. She said she was going to Dubai. We told her that the price is 400 naira. She won't be able to pay the 400 naira, that she's looking for 200 or 250 vehicles. She go from there, just from there, she enter one motor. The following day, the girl came. He said One Chance attack her.
Normally, when we're entering a taxi, I don't leave their hands. Do you understand? I hold their hands. While she was entering, I'm supposed to enter with her before my other son would enter. So the moment she got into the taxi, the driver drove off.
Before they were operating outside the main town, but now they are coming in, which means the security of the state is threatened, the security of the nation is threatened, the security of the FCT is threatened.
On their part, the FCT Police Command says it is not leaving anything to chance in the raid to purge the nation's capital of the menace. An effort which led to the parade of several units of vehicles recovered as exhibits in weeks-long anti-One Chance sting operation across the city.
I was in the cell when I see SARS people came and said they are transferring the case to SARS. So I went to the SARS. They were alleging me of One Chance case, which I haven't seen anybody complain against me.
The advice I've always been given, if you don't want to fall into a wrong hand, get to motor park, you enter a vehicle, because all the motor parks have the identity, the plate number of the drivers. And if you do that, you will not fall into the wrong run.
With the ongoing operation, the Commissioner of Police reiterated commitment and willingness to always work with residents to defeat crime in all its form across the territory. Onotu Yakubu, NTA News.
Well, the background report you just watched succinctly described the situation of One Chance in the Federal Capital Territory, the reality as we speak, even though the police have made efforts to address the situation, it seems, like I said earlier, to be defying solution. My guest in the studio, of course, you also saw him just now in the background report. He's Commissioner of Police Haruna Garba, rather, I beg your pardon. He is the Commissioner of Police, Federal Capital Territory. And CP, it's an honor to have you this morning join us on Call the Police.
Thank you very much for having me.
No, you saw the background reports. In fact, you readily advised residents in the background reports. Now, let's start on this subtle note. How would you describe, as the head of police in the FCT, how would you describe the challenge of one chance in the FCT right now?
Well, the one chance activity far back as 2009 or thereabout, but the activities are being curtailed. We've tried as much as possible using all strategies that we have in place,
okay,
to remove them from the streets of the FCT. You will recall when I had an interview with you in the command headquarters, I set up anti-one chance squad consisting of 40 police personnel driven from some departments of the force. All this is meant to bring down the activities of one chance to the barest minimum. There can never be an end to crime and criminality in Nigeria or in anywhere in the world, except we remove human race entirely from
existence.
And that is not possible. So, the one chance activities, just yesterday in Galadimawa, the police operatives from that division arrested some one chance suspects. The victim was rescued. 3 of them were arrested. The victim, though, is in the hospital right now, receiving treatment in stable condition. The vehicle was recovered, including a pump action gun.
From the suspects?
From the suspect.
Okay.
Just yesterday. And this to tell you that we are not resting on our oars. We are doing all we can to make sure that these hoodlums are removed from the city center. And for your background report, that before they were in the fridges, but now they are right.
Yes, I was actually going to come to that.
Into the city center.
Yes.
Yes, you cannot restrict movement of people. They carry passengers from those fridges and coming into the city center. If you pick a passenger and say he's going to beg a runabout, for instance, you don't take that passenger right into Babagada. So they will move, and then along the line, they will move out to the location, and then process health protection members on their property. At the Ido division right now, we have a vehicle also that was impounded with 2 occupants. The vehicle has a foreign number at the back and also the Nigerian number in front, preparatory to carry out these activities of one chance. I have believed in the board. If that vehicle was not impounded, perhaps you would have seen that what would have happened, any day soon.
No,
so apart from arresting, we are also preventing these crimes from happening. And those ones that are being prevented, people don't hear about it.
No, this is bringing me to the issue of their modus operandi, the vehicles they use. It's the fact that, recently, as far back as in September, towards as we entered the Ember period, this issue of using foreign plate numbers as decoys, as disguised to dissuade the attention of the security operatives from getting their details, became the order of the day. In fact, I remember vividly of somebody who went on social media to highlight some of these issues. What is your command doing to look at the prospects of addressing this issue of people using, because up to date, in fact, just yesterday, as I closed from work, I saw a Golf with, I think, a German plate number, yellow, and then on top of it is a Nigerian number plate. Why is the police not putting their foot on the ground to ensure that these things are eradicated?
You see, we are putting our foot on the ground. Don't say so. We don't. Because we are making arrests.
Okay.
We were part of the people that, you know, carry out the
Parade.
briefing, the parade, in the command headquarters. We have almost about 11 of those vehicles. You can attest to that we padded. That is the effort we are doing. The police cannot be everywhere.
Okay.
And as a citizen, if you see something happening, alert the police so that the police can appropriately, take action.
Okay.
So those that are doing that, we are removing them from the streets. We are having a stop and search points everywhere. And those ones, some of them, they invade areas that the police are and take to other roads where the police are not, on stop and search. So, but by and large, we've been able to apprehend quite a lot of people. And when we do that, the law will take its course.
Now, if you are just tuning in, this is Call the Police live on the Unity Station. As you are very much aware, the program is an interactive one. As a resident and as a viewer of the program, you get to be part of the discussions. And the topic today is one that I am very much sure is of paramount interest to every resident of the FCT as regards the security of the FCT. One chance. The menace has become one that is too big to swallow for FCT residents, even though security operatives are doing their best to address it. So what is your pain? Call in on the program this morning. The number to call us with is on your screen. Call in and be part of it. Ask the Commissioner of Police these pertinent questions that you think he and his men need to do to address this situation. Now, CP, for the benefit of FCT residents, can you briefly take residents through the modus operandi of these very nefarious and notorious syndicates?
Okay, I'll get to that point. But I want to also let you know, and members of the public, that Utako Division, we have 3 suspects right now of one chance.
Okay.
They are giving us information to arrest other of their members. The suspects that are there right now includes a male, a female, and 2 males. So we're working on them. And at Wuse Division, the vehicle was removed from where parked, and we're able to track this vehicle to Zikwe. We have recovered the vehicle. We have arrested 2 suspects as we speak. So that is the effort we are doing to make sure that there's peace and security in the FCT. Back to your question. Yes, the modus operandi of the one chance is that it comes from the name one chance. And when you are boarding a vehicle and there are already passengers inside, the meaning is space for one person. That's where the name comes from, one chance. And if you discover that the space there is one person and they pick you should be circumspect in that. Because they will not even want you to sit at the door side. They will just come out and so that you can get into the middle of the vehicle. And when you're in the middle of the vehicle, even if you shout, you'll not be able to get yourself out. So they should be circumspect in that. And the anti-one chance squad that have created, they're all around. I will not want to mention for security reasons. So that is what they should do. Most of the times when they get to any place they want to board the vehicle. But I would advise that they should get to, the motor parks to board the vehicle. And most of these vehicles they board, they are unpainted taxis, otherwise called kabu-kabu. And you never can tell who is the person at the back of the wheel that is picking you out. So most of the streets, even on the highway, you see people stopping and picking the vehicle. At times, even SUV vehicles to board. So that is very, very risky. So my appeal to them is that they should try as much as possible to get to where there are motor parks, where you can board the vehicle that is painted, not the one that is not painted and you don't even know who is at the back of the wheel.
Now, part of the over the course of time, as a journalist, I have cause to interact with FCT residents on this very troubling challenge in the territory. And then, part of the reason, like you rightly mentioned, people going to undesignated parks across the territory. Now, looking at it from the perspective of security and the need to address the challenge, has your command taken the liberty of suggesting the idea of having designated parks for ease of control of this challenge to the appropriate authorities?
There are already designated motor parks. That is.
Yeah, there are, but the challenge is that some of them are not enough.
They may not be enough. Because I heard some people saying there are no motor parks. There are motor parks. You can say they are not enough. And for agencies that are responsible to provide more of those motor parks. But before that is done, they should take care of their safety and not joining vehicles from an unauthorized motor park on the road where you just stop a vehicle that is not painted and you just bought the vehicle.
No, we're going to reflect back on the challenge, the issue of this one chance. The late greatness Olorunfemi, a couple of months died after she was thrown from the vehicle, and then the issue of hospital not wanting to attend to her came up and all of that. And the Inspector General of Police after that issued a directive to police formations across the country to discountenance the issue of police reports before hospital facilities will attend to patients in distress, like in such situations. How is your command sticking to this directive from the IG?
In my former media chat with the press, I did mention this, that you don't expect somebody who is in distress to give you a report. That has been said for several times. So for the hospital authorities that are hearing me on the television now, it is your duty to attend to an injured person, or even the person has a bullet wound. After which you can then contact the law enforcement agents and the police to do the needful. The important thing there first is to save life. And the person you are saving his life may even tell you a lot of stories that will help to apprehend, the perpetrators. So that is my advice for you. But I want to bring on board an incident that is trending. At the wake of organ harvesting, male organ disappearance in FCT, it became very, very worrisome. We recorded almost about 54 cases of those cases. And of course, at the end of investigation, no organ disappeared, they are intact, and the people who raised alarm were prosecuted. And in all of those cases, there was no death toll in FCT. Okay. And at the wake of that, the family, called my attention, invited me to the studio, at least to allay the fears of Nigerians, especially those residents in FCT. Okay. And at that occasion, the FCT Police Command was commended for their role in apprehending those people that carry out mob activities, and also, prosecuting them. They were very, very happy with the command, the effort the command was doing. But just surprisingly, last week, I got a call from the family, and that there are 3 victims with them that they are complaining of inaction on the part of the police. And I quickly replied, and to also educate members of the public. And I told the family on a call that there are 3 layers, 3 even up to 4 layers of authority where complaints can be had. That at the divisional level, if the DPO does not respond, we have area command. If the area command does not respond, the commissioner of police will also act. If the commissioner of police refuses to act, the office of the IG is there. And I told the Brekere family on that engagement that my doors are open. Let them come and see me in the office, and we'll take action on their case. They never came.
CP, before you continue, let's take this call. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning. You're on to call the police. You tell us your name and where you're calling from, then make your contribution.
Okay, my name is Awasa Friday. I'm watching live from Jai.
Okay, your name once again, please. Your name once again.
My name is Awasa Friday. Awasa Friday.
Awasa Friday, thank you. Go ahead.
I'm watching live from Jai District.
It's all right. What's your contribution?
My contribution is that please, I would like to please the Commissioner of Police FCT. So concerning the one chance people, I will advise that all this some vehicle using all this synthetic glass.
Yes.
Please, police should tell us in the night when vehicle are passing. My advice is that they should try and make sure they wind up both the front and the back.
Okay.
Now, they should try and wind down and check whether, because they used to pin down the people's head inside the vehicle, they will pin this person down, even though the police are on checkpoint, they will carry a pin and pass even through the police checkpoint sometimes because they press the person's head down. Then, if they don't wind down both the back and the front, there's not how even the police
will be able to know that there is a distress.
Or if it's going to be possible, a contribution again. Maybe if a vehicle are passing, please, the police should try the FCC and make sure everybody, they say, what are you carrying? They should make sure they check the vehicle thoroughly so that at least they can apprehend all these people doing this criminality in the FCC. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Friday.
Yes.
Okay, Friday from Jahi, thank you for your intervention. It's an advice you give it to us, we'll stick to it. We'll tell our men on stop and search to be very discreet and make sure that they search properly and so that vehicles that are passed through their end. And that we have been doing also. We used to go around and meet them and in the night. Even yesterday, I was going around up to about 12:30 this morning before I get back to my house. So we will do that and then let them know. For the intervention before this call came in, so I told Berekere family that those three suspects, those three victims that I will do, let us see them so that I can take up from there where their problems lies. But they never came. But what we now discovered over time now is a campaign of calumny against my very person as a commissioner of police and of course FCC Police Command, which is not very, very healthy. People who commended the efforts of the FCC Command, sometimes in October, they have gone beyond that because I try to explain to them the layers of authority where complaints can be had. And they have been on radio on a daily basis, castigating the FCC Command that they are not doing anything to curb the activities of criminal elements within the FCT. And that is not heavy enough. Incidents that happened in 2009 is being brought up now as I speak, as things that have just happened yesterday. Things that happened in 2010, they are bringing it up now as if it's happening today or yesterday, creating impression among the Nigerian people, especially the residents of FCT, that FCT is not safe. FCT is the safest city in Nigeria. In terms of crime and criminality, you cannot, on comparative terms, you cannot say that FCT is unsafe. We ought to be patriotic enough.
Well, unfortunately, CP, yes. The time is not a very good friend on the program. But before we'll sign off the program briefly, security advice to residents, especially at this very critical period we're in now. Brief one.
Yes, this period, most people have traveled out of the city to spend Christmas with their loved ones, either in the north or in the south. And we are not unaware of that. I have deployed men to some of the estates where the residents have traveled out to make sure that, they secure the place. But the advice for them for people is that at least if they are leaving their home, they should tell their neighbor that, look, I'm traveling out of the town, and in case of anything, this is my number. You can call the police. The police control numbers is everywhere. And as soon as we make that call, we respond appropriately. So for people who have gone home to celebrate Christmas and New Year, we are here for you, and we'll make sure that your property is protected. As you come back, you meet your property intact. That is what we are doing. Yesterday, June 26th, if you go out, there's a large crowd at Millennium Park, more than 700. I went there, opposite Unity Fountain. Yes. The police were there, covering it to make sure that no any untoward incident happened. Ditto to other recreational facilities. And we are happy that between 24 to now, we have not had any serious incidents. And that is remarkable enough.
On that note, I want to thank you, CP, for honoring our invitation on Call the Police this morning. We're hoping that as we continue to review security situation of the territory, if we invite you, you will oblige us again. Thank you for coming on the program.
Definitely, I will. Thank you very much for having me.
Well, it's on that note we are going to end this episode of Call the Police, but as it is usual, we'll continue to call on residents of the FCT to provide the needed information for security, for the police and other security agencies in the territory, as information is key to making their job easy and achieving targets of providing security for residents of the territory. So on that note, I say, it has been a pleasure being part of you this morning. I remain yours, Onotu Yakubu, your anchor on the program. Good morning.